Let's do a quick code review of our Python program that blinks our LED. At the top, we are going to import the rpi.gpio library, and that's a library that was written that allows us to interact with the GPIO pins programmatically. Next, we're going to import a time library, and time allows us to sleep and have that 1 second pause between blinks. Moving on, we have a GPIO.setWarnings false, and that's simply to suppress any warning messages that might come up that we don't need to see. We set our LED pin as 11, and that was the anode that's connected to the anode of the LED. Remember from our wiring diagram and how we wired up our circuit. We set the mode of GPIO to GPIO.board, and remember I had mentioned that you can set it to BCM or board. Board uses the physical location of the pins for the numbering, so since we set pin 11 as the LED pin, we're using that GPIO.board notation. We set our LED pin as an output by doing GPIO.out, and we initially turn our LED pin high. So that turns our LED pin on. Next, we go on to our while true. So while true, basically this loops forever, on and on and on. We initially set our LED pin high, turning it on. Then we sleep for 1 second, or pause for 1 second by calling time.sleep. That way the LED stays on for 1 second. Then we turn our LED off by doing GPIO.output LED pin GPIO.low, that turns it off, and then finally here we sleep again for another second. So this causes our LED to turn on, stay on for 1 second, turn off, stay off for 1 second, and then it repeats on for 1 second, off for 1 second, and this, as long as this program is running, our LED will blink. Just a note here, essentially the top portion of our program here is just initializing our LED pin, setting it as an output, and in the while loop is where we blink our LED. Very simple, straightforward program, and illustrates the power of Python to interact with and control our GPIO pins.